at the sun, see how it shines on our eyes. We were never meant to see the truth in their eyes. All your life they brought you up, believing no
I think in slopestyle I find myself doing the same tricks over and over again. So when I get in the backcountry, I definitely make it a priority to try different stuff and try to express my snowboarding in a different way than a slopestyle contest.
You figure out a run that works for you, and then you do good at a contest with it, and you just kind of stick with that throughout the year. So when you get in the backcountry, I think for me it's definitely a priority just to try different stuff and add different grabs and look for different features. I think that's what I like about backcountry, is because you can just choose what you would like to do. Usually when you build a backcountry jump, it takes a full day to build, and then you go home and come back. So we've been here for a few days now. It's been trying to build some jumps, and yeah, get some flips. You sleep on it, wake up early, tired, sore. Sled out there, and then you kind of just try to do your tricks. So the whole time for me, it's super intimidating because I've been thinking about it the whole time. I'm a head case and stuff, so that can be scary and it's hard, but it's definitely well worth it once you do the trick that you would like. The first trip that we went on in Jackson, Ben Ferguson and Sage Kotzenberg did ravine, and I was like terrified of it, but I was like, if those guys are hitting ravine, we got to step up a little bit and hit something that we're a little scared to hit as well. And that kind of set the tone for the season, and I think that helped Joy and helped me. I would prefer not to be remembered as the kid that won the Olympics. I'd like that to be like one of the things I did. My goal in snowboarding is just to try to be all around good at everything, riding rails, riding powder, riding half pipe, and riding something crazy, something really big, or something really weird. I think that's what excites me. You might as well try to be able to ride everything. Not only you're meeting more friends and all that, but you're also just making yourself better as a snowboarder.
Dew Tour 2021 rolls on from beautiful Copper Mountain, Colorado. Todd Harris alongside free ski legend Tom Wallace as the men's Superpipe final presented by Toyota underway. And what a way to start things off as Burke Irving laid down an 85.25. Hunter Hess and Simon D'Artois already up and running.
Yeah, right here with Alex Ferreira getting things going real big right off the bat with a 1440 there. So we're jumping into the action here in the Superpipe, and it's off to an amazing start. You talked about it, Todd. Burke Irving with that first run put down, and then Alex Ferreira there coming out swinging with a 1260 into a 1440, so things are hot. There's a lot of runs though, so a lot more chances. He had that small bobble there on that 1440, so definitely gonna have to look for another run, but getting it going. It is a beautiful day in Copper Mountain, and I think the Superpipe is running as good as it could ever run, so look for some really high quality action today.
Alex Ferreira coming off that big win at Copper Mountain right here in the same pipe. This is going to be a throwaway score for him, 33.50. Remember, it's a 3-run format, Tom, so only your best run counts, so that becomes a training run, a practice run for Alex Ferreira. He is clutch, but you don't want to leave it to that last run. You don't want to have to step up on your last run and deliver.
Exactly. So he's got a lot more chances. That's the beauty of the 3-run format. We're going to get a lot of chances to see all of these guys throw their best top to bottom run through the Superpipe.
And it will take them, like the judges, to warm up just a little bit.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Aaron Blunt reciting a little poetry there out of Crested Butte, Colorado. Man, when this guy is on, he is money.
Yeah, one of the first athletes to ever do the back-to-back switch double corks, and the way he puts almost a double cork into every hit on some of his really, really good runs. He can up the ante and put a double cork on almost every single wall all the way down the half pipe. So definitely one to watch out for. Back-to-back world champion.
Yep.
And yeah, really the one thing he's missing is a result at the Olympics. So this event, obviously a chance to qualify, make Team USA, and he wants another shot. Big 1440 right off the bat. That's huge. Into that switch double cork. Oh, I could not believe he was able to land that 1440 and then go right into that switch double cork. That was so technical, but gonna have to look for another run to get a full top to bottom there for Aaron Blunt.
So 10 men made the prestigious final here at Dew Tour 2021. As you look at the start list, Tom Wallace, it is a who's who of who's awesome at free skiing and half pipe.
Yeah, really is. Take a look down this. A lot of Americans in the field. Actually 6 of them, and only 4 can make that team for Beijing. Yep. So the battle is hot there, but watch out for the Canadians. Noah Bowman, Brendan McKay, Simon D'Artois, and so much talent.
And the lone Kiwi.
Oh, we cannot forget about Nico Porteous. He is so incredibly good.
10 riders, 2 runs, best run, and we should say 3 runs, best run counts. Coming off that 2-run format that we saw just moments ago from Snowboard Slopestyle when they had a field of 25, they cut it to 2 runs. It is 3 runs here in the pipe. As you look down the belly of the beast, this Superpipe can't get enough credit out to the folks here at Woodward Copper Mountain for dialing this thing in. It is an absolute thing of beauty.
Yeah, absolute thing of beauty. And we saw most of these athletes all competing in the Grand Prix in the same pipe just this past weekend, but the conditions today are optimal. Lyman Courier, huge double cork 1260 there in the middle of the run. The sun is shining. This pipe could not be better. 1440 spins it. The big 1440, and Lyman landing the 1440. We've seen Aaron Blunt, Alex Ferreira do a 1440 in the run. That's 4 full rotations, count them. And he's the first guy to actually put it down top to bottom.
Are these numbers, I mean, you do a lot of spinning in the backcountry. Are these numbers a little baffling to you?
Oh, of course. I mean, these numbers, especially in the Superpipe, compared to what we saw even a few years ago, we're seeing 1440s, and the name of the day, the trick I'm most anxious to see, is if anybody's going to bring the 1620, and that number is out of this world. It's something we never would have thought we'd say even just a year or 2 ago, and now there's a lot of athletes in the field with that elusive trick. 4.5 rotations, most of them as double cork variations. So look for somebody like Nico Porteous to start that party, and once that party gets going, everybody jumps in.
Once that train leaves the station, everyone wants a piece of it. Great run by American Lyman Courier out of Boulder, Colorado, just 27. He had a great showing at the Grand Prix last week. Didn't get on the podium, but this is a good run for him. A 69 even, has him currently sitting in third, and I guarantee that score will go up.
Yeah, so, I mean, the judges being a little bit critical there, and that's how they have to be. There's 3 runs and a lot of talent in this field, so perhaps seeing some of those grabs, a little bit of the amplitude, any little sketchiness is going to bring your score down, and inevitably, at the end of the day, something in the 90 is going to be the top podium positions, maybe even a few of them in the 90s today.
Brendan McKay out of Calgary, Alberta, really becoming a hot spot for action sports, skiing, and snowboarding.
Oh, getting things started with a switch-to-switch double cork. Another switch double cork, so back-to-back, big rotations up top, then slows it down a little bit there. You see him spinning to the left and to the right. Oh, I love the grab on that 1260. The sun flare with the right side 1260, so things are off to a really quick start.
Does he get extra points for the sun flare?
You know, for me, the cameraman scores a couple extra points, but Brendan,
Instagram edit right there.
Exactly. It makes it harder for us to actually see the grab, and there's the critical grab, reach in the front of the ski, and I love this combination. It's so challenging in the Superpipe to ride backwards through those transitions to maintain. It's so much harder to see where you're going, spot your line, get your pop and your trick right. So to do those 2 big spins, big flips in a row, look at the grab here, all the way out on the tail. You'll hear me talking about it all day. Where you grab the ski can be harder or easier. This grab on the final hit we call the safety grab. Directly under the boot, the safest, the easiest. But that tail grab, the blunt grab, way out on the end there, that's major kudos, major points with the judges. So that's got to be a big score.
91-5-0 for the Canadian Brendan McKay. He goes into the lead. And Tom Wallace, let's be honest here, there's nothing safe about that maneuver at the bottom.
There's nothing safe about that. It's so hard to say. The grab might be safe, but the right side, unnatural, double cork 1260 is not safe.
Brendan McKay is on top right now, breaking up the American stranglehold. Burke Irving Hunter has your top 3 as well. As we get a good look at the pipe, you see the shadows starting to fall in. You want to get a good vantage point for this young man. Nico Porteous already with a medal to his name from the Pyeongchang Olympic Games, and here he is. And Tom, I think he's getting better. He's like maturing, his body's getting stronger. He is a huge, huge threat for the gold medal to take away from David Wise.
Guaranteed medal threat in China this year. And anybody at home, if you get motion sickness or you get dizzy easily, don't watch this.
Drop the Dramamine now.
He has, count this, 2 different 1620s, not just one of the most difficult trick in Superpipe history, but to the left and to the right.
So Nico Porteous out of New Zealand on course.
Switch right side double. Into the switch left side double.
And I was just about to say he doesn't have the normal amplitude, the height out of the pipe that he usually does.
That was low for Nico, and that is a new trick for him. That first double flip he does from switch to switch, he learned this summer in Mount Hood. It's a new addition to this run. And after those 2 tricks is the 2 walls where we would eventually see the back-to-back 16s. So just the fact that he's doing those first tricks, leading into the hardest tricks in history, is insane.
So 2 competitors now in the first run of 3. It'll be Canadian Noah Bowman first off, also out of Calgary. And then it'll be the 2-time defending and reigning Olympic gold medalist David Wise from the USA.
Just watch the way Noah Bowman skis the halfpipe. It's so unique, so different than the other athletes. The style, how smooth he is. He makes the switch-to-switch tricks in the pipe look effortless. One of my all-time favorites to watch. Oh, and there's the Bone Air, named after Justin Dory. Super smooth, double cork, now building the amplitude and the technicality to the bottom of the run. Right side double cork with a bit of a hip check, hand drag.
Those will happen, but in this competition, when you make it this field of 10, the judges are going to ding you.
Yeah, judges are going to be very particular today. Judges are looking for a lot of things. The top thing in Superpipe is amplitude. So how far Noah and the other athletes are going out of the pipe. You see on those height meters, they want to see you going big. They also want to see you doing technically good trick, so lots of spins, lots of flips with good grab. That shows the execution, and then of course the landings. We want to see the smooth landing, making it look effortless, and there's that bone air. I mean, just,
It's so awkward.
it's so awkward.
It just doesn't seem physically possible
No,
what he's doing.
It goes against the laws of physics. He goes into the wall backwards and then dives into the wall and over. It's just a really unique trick that really only Noah's doing out there.
So that'll be a throwaway score for Noah Bowman. Let's take a look at the U.S. Freeski team's current Olympic qualification standings, showing athletes who are closest to achieving criteria to be nominated, and that's a key point, nominated Team USA for the 2022 Olympic Winter Games. Now, there are multiple pathways, Tom, as you know, to qualify for the teams this year, including FIST points, the list, and then the podium results at tryout events.
Yeah, exactly. So some of the first thing you're going to look for is the top 6 in those FIST rankings, and then from there, any result at these events you see listed, if you get on the podium, a podium result or two leads a long way to making the team for Team USA, and there's a lot of talented from the Americans, so just making the U.S. team is going to be a challenge.
In the world of skiing and snowboarding, I would say that half-pipe skiing is more of a veteran's game. You kind of have to earn your stripes, and case in point right now, 31-year-old David Wise, the 2-time reigning Olympic gold medalist in this discipline out of Reno. Can he put it all together here?
Yeah, I mean, David is one of the most successful athletes in all of Superpipe history with back-to-back gold medals in the Olympics. Here's a big switch, double cork. Oh, David going down on that one. And he is our top qualifier too. And you spoke about it. Yeah, the age. Men's Superpipe, for the most part, is an elder statesman game.
Yeah, you're not 17, 18, 19.
Other than Nico at 20, a lot of these athletes in the field, mid to upper 20s, David early 30s. It takes time and experience to put together runs and learn the technique of the Superpipe. And David, you don't see him go down on that one very often. We saw him land that trick perfectly in his qualifying run. So just a bit off here in run number 1, but of course, a lot of chances left. Let's see what goes wrong on this one as we get a replay. Just a little bit under the degree of rotation, so needs to get those feet all the way perpendicular to the wall. Instead, they're parallel with the slope, the fall line of the slope, and that's what makes that ski blow off, which
it should do.
You want it to do.
Yeah,
that's
rather have the ski blow off than your ACL blow off.
Exactly.
Well, beautiful look at the Superpipe here at Copper Mountain as the shadows are starting to creep across the middle. Brendan McKay has set the mark to beat, and it's a good one. 91.50. Burke Irving, Hunter Hess, and Lyman Courier lead a trio of Americans hot on his heels. Then Noah Bowman and Alex Ferreira fresh off his win last week at the Grand Prix. And then David Wise, Aaron Blunt. You know they're not going to stay there.
Oh, no. We're not going to see Nico Porteous at the bottom of that list for long. That is for sure.
This is a case of musical chairs. 10 amazing dancers. When the music stops, there's only going to be 3 chairs on that podium. Who's going to grab them? All right, back to the top we go. We start off with run number 2 of 3, Burke Irving from nearby Winter Park, Colorado. One thing you need to know about Winter Park, Colorado, it is way up there. And I'm talking about elevation. You live at Park City, you know what elevation is about. Winter Park's next level.
Yeah, and what a way to train.
Yeah.
All that altitude training for Burke. Never gets out of breath in that Superpipe here at Copper. Something.
Yeah, he's looking down. Something's not right.
Yeah, and I saw him at the top of the run too. Something wrong with his ski. Maybe a malfunction. Something with the brakes on the ski. It just looked like he wasn't feeling it. He dropped in switch and just didn't have the. It didn't feel comfortable.
Did you hear what he landed on the first trick, the hard slap? And I'm just wondering there if maybe something got loose and he wasn't. And you want your equipment to be dialed in. If you're going to fly 15 feet out of a 22-foot Superpipe, you kind of want to make sure the stuff's dialed in.
Yeah, you need everything to be perfect. And you can see him taking a look down at it. We'll hope for him to get back to the top, have the U.S. Team coaches take a look at that. They have techs up there, try to get that equipment dialed in so he's got a better setup and a little bit more confidence to lead into that third and final round.
Nothing a little WD-40 and a Phillips can't fix.
I mean, everybody's got a Leatherman. You can fix anything with that.
Burke Irving, so he will look to his third and final run as Burke currently sits in second place with an 85.25. Let's take a look at his first run. We just missed out on as they got the competition started, and this is classic Burke Irving.
Yeah, so this is what we're expecting to see. We missed this one. Everybody at home, look at that wrapped up switch spin, got the tail grab. Huge right side 12. A little bit of a bobble on that landing, but really, it's just in between the tricks, not on the actual landing of the stunt. So he had a 14.40 in his run as well, and Clearly, that's what's given him that 85. And if he's able to just clean that up a bit, that run has the makings of a 90-point score.
Current standings here in the midst of run number 2 in the men's Superpipe final, presented by Toyota. It is still Brendan McKay of Canada on top, Burke Irving and Hunter Hess, your top 3. Speaking of Hunter Hess, here he goes. Run number 1 garnered him a 73, capable of so much more as all the 10 of these athletes. And Tom, that's what's so interesting about this competition, the parity here. You can make a case for, I almost think, every single guy in this final to win this thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes it so fun to watch. Every event is different. You never know whose day it's going to be. Hunter Hess, if you don't know Hunter, take a look online and Google a video of him doing the very first triple cork in the half pipe on skis this summer. It was outrageous. I don't know if we're going to see that today, but he is one of those guys that's always trying to push the sport, try a new trick. There's the nose grab on that 1080. So super unique, adding a bit of flavor and flair to that trick.
I got to ask you, Tom, about the conditions. The pipe obviously has been manicured overnight. The shadows, it was really cold this morning, warmed up this afternoon, and now the shadows coming across. Is that going to cause any issues? You're going to have to re-wax something like nature?
I wouldn't worry about the re-waxing. The thing that the shadows are going to do, it's going to make the visibility challenging because you go from sun to shade so quickly that is difficult on the eyes to go from this wall so blatantly bright and in the sun, and then you land and it's so dark on the other wall that it's really challenging to be able to spot your landings correctly. The half pipe is always rock solid ice, so really no matter what, it's not getting any firmer or any softer today. It's just rock solid.
Is that something a pair of Tom Waller's signature goggles might be able to rectify?
I tell you what, if you got a pair of those Spy Tom Waller's goggles on you, you could see anything in front of you.
Superman vision. Hunter Hess will look to his 3rd and final run as he sits on the 73 for the time being. Fans turning out in force. Now, if you come to Copper Mountain and you've paid for a lift ticket, but you're still willing to stand 3 deep at the Superpipe, there must be a good show on town, and that's exactly what the Dew Tour brings. People want to see the very best, including this man, Simon D'Artois, out of Canada, currently sitting in 9th. The Dart set to drop in out of Whistler, BC.
Yeah, just amazing to have fans back surrounding the half pipe. I was just out watching the snowboard slopestyle finals, and it's just so exhilarating to have this fan base out and celebrating winter sports, celebrating winter being back, and just amazing to be a part of. Simon starting things off with a double cork. So we're going to see a lot of those big double rotations today. That's the name of the game. That's how you stand out. It's the most difficult tricks you can do in Superpipe. Simon doing another 1260. I don't know how he landed so low. That was a sheer muscle. He's been in the gym doing his squats because I have no idea. He was just airing about 15 feet out of that Superpipe on a double cork and landed on basically flat ice.
Yeah. We've talked about landing switch on skiing and how difficult it is on a big jump, a kicker, on a slopestyle, but landing switch in a Superpipe, there's just such a small margin of error.
Tiniest margin of error, and when you're landing backwards, not only is that landing initially hard, but you only have a split second till you run directly into a vertical 22-foot wall on the other side, and to be able to keep your balance, composure, speed check, control your edge control, it just can't tell you how difficult it is.
So what you're saying is you can't skip leg day?
No, none of these athletes in the field are skipping leg day. I'd say they don't even do arms. They're probably all legs.
Wow, that was an impressive performance. Remember, everyone chasing Brendan McKay right now, the Canadian, leading the way with a 91.50 in this 3-run format where only your best run counts. We're in the midst of run number 2. Simon D'Artois out of Whistler, BC is going to throw down a 66.25, so he's trending in the right direction after that fall on run number 1. He's got one more run, currently locked into that top 5 position.
Yeah, there's the 1260 comes around. You can tell that was just so flat. And the judges, they definitely want to see you landing higher in that transition, carrying your speed, landing smooth, and one more chance to clean that up.
One of the most exciting skiers to watch in the Superpipe is this man, already with an Olympic medal in his pocket. Alex Ferreira looking to get on another U.S. team because he would be one of those guys who would be an odds-on favorite to be on the podium.
Yeah, definitely. The silver medalist from 2018 and just one of the fiercest competitors. Back-to-back big double corks. There's the 1440 that he did not get the landing on in run number 1. The switch double cork to finish it. Another 1260. Alex Ferreira with a major run.
When the pole's swinging, Ferrer is happy. Alex Ferrer with a tremendous second run as he brings the heat. Had issues on run number 1. This is going to be a monster bump up from the 33.50 that he got on run 1. And the fans here, the kid from Aspen, just over the pass, giving him something to cheer about at Copper.
Yeah, that was an incredible run. The combination that stood out to me is that 1440 to the left in the middle of the run, immediately into the switch double cork. And we've talked about it a couple times already today, the backwards riding switch through that pipe, maintaining your speed, composure, and control. Watch this. Sets up, huge spin, gets the safety grab behind the boot there a little bit, all the way to switch, and then immediately has to land, look over that right side shoulder, and go into this switch double cork. So that combination is just so difficult, so challenging. Finishes it off with another 12 here at the end. There's so much spinning in that run, and that's the landing the judges want to see. You see him landing high up on that wall. A little bit of a Liu Kang, we would call that. He's grabbing safety, but kicks the other leg out. I'm going to have to throw a shout out to Mike Nick there with the Liu Kang.
Alex Ferrer waiting for his score to drop on run at number 2, and it is a good one. 94.75, Ferreira into first.
Huge score, and he's pumped. And you know what? He still has one more run. He's up in the 94.75, and you know he's not going to hold back. He wants more out of this super pipe.
94.75 is rarefied air. Getting to a 90s is pretty darn good, and now the mission at hand for one Aaron Blunk. He is a 2-time world champion, had issues on run number 1. He just needs to go to his happy place. When he's in his happy place, he is outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, his combination, his technicality, it's really unmatched. As long as he can put that whole run together, it's incredible.
Out of Crested Butte, Colorado, the 25-year-old getting ready to go, getting a little positivity from his crew. So he looks down the course, this 22-foot wall, the super pipe here at Copper Mountain, due toward 2021. Will it be the day for Aaron Blunk to drop a mind-numbing score? To do so, he's going to need better than a 94.75 to top fellow American Alex Ferreira.
And Blunk coming off a traumatic injury just over a year ago where he got really hurt, bruised his heart, and really, I mean, rethought everything. And he came back and is back in the super pipe skiing so well, so quickly. There's that 1440 to switch double combo. That's the same thing that we saw Alex Ferreira do, that combination. A double cork on every wall so far. The final hit, right side, 1080, okay. So, we've seen him do a final double cork, but scales it back with the 1080 and does a massive run, including running into the crowd.
Unceremoniously into the crowd, not a judge feature, but Aaron Blunk with a very strong run as he comes in. Gives you an idea of just how much freight he was carrying across the finish line.
Yeah, and how low he went on that bottom hit. There's that top hit we saw, the 1440, locks in the grab, and then here's the back-to-back double cork. This one is so blind. He does it just as a switch 900, where most of the athletes are spinning as at a switch 1080, like that one. And just being able to hold that body position, looking straight up the pipe, land completely blind is just...
That's so ridiculous. I mean, that is just... Oh.
Look at that, gets the grab, and you can see it's very hard to see, even for us with the cameras, into the shade here. Just imagine for the athletes going into that final hit, he puts down the 1080.
And it's an 80, so Aaron Blunk missed. What do you think?
I didn't get a good look at that final hit.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe the judges saw more than I saw, but man.
I was anticipating more along the lines of an 85, but
I saw that being higher. I saw high 80s, maybe low 90s.
I ride shotgun with Tom Wallace. If he says high 80s, I agree with him. So we move back up to the top of the half pipe here in the midst of run number 2. We just saw Aaron Blunk drop in. That'll take us down to the final 5 men to go. Lyman Courier came out with a smoker on his first run. Then that has Courier currently sitting in 6th place with a 69. But since then, it has definitely been re-racked as everyone has started to say, oh, you know what? The 90 Club's not some bad place I wouldn't mind being.
No, exactly. And just everybody knows you're going for your hardest run. When there's a 3-run final, a layup run, a simple run is not going to get you on the podium. So from run 1 to run 3, they're going all out.
Yep.
They might fall on 2 of the 3, but if you can land 1 of 3, that is all that matters in this overall one-run format.
That's a great view of just how steep those walls and the pitch is in this super pipe here at Copper Mountain.
Just dropping into it in the shade, pure ice at full speed. Lyman starting things off with the switch 1080, landing a bit low there.
Yeah, something
knows it.
And it sounded like he made a comment that he was not happy.
Yeah.
After the ski slap, which usually, Tom, as you've taught me in the past, you want to land up higher on the wall, which makes it a lot quieter.
Exactly.
If you hear that slap, it's not a good thing.
And the worst possible case is that you don't land in the pipe at all.
Yeah.
When you land up on that coping or the deck, we'll call it. And that's where people really get hurt. But talk about the field today with Lyman in there. I mean, we've really got 6 Americans, a couple Canadians, and only 1 Kiwi. This is a North American-dominated sport right now.
Of those 6 Americans, if I had to tell you right now you could only take 4 to Beijing, how long would you stew over what 4 to take? I mean,
that's so difficult. That's what makes the Olympics so unique, is that there is a limit. So where America and Canada dominate this sport, they're not going to get more than 4 athletes. So it almost opens the door for more international competitors that maybe wouldn't normally have a chance to even make the finals with the talent that we see at a big event like this.
Canada's Brendan McKay was in first place. Has been bumped to second with a 91.50, just behind Alex Ferrer's 94.75.
Now run number 2, Brendan knows he's got to up the ante if he wants to move up in the rankings as well. He's got the confidence from that first run, and there's the double cork with the tail grab, capping it all the way out on the end. The right side 1260, so doing that run again, cleaning it up, trying to smooth everything out and just add to the flavor and the grab and the execution of everything.
U.S. Space Force height meter, he goes 13.3, the highest point. Now add that to 22. You don't have to have an abacus to say that's what? Very high, 35 feet plus.
Higher
so jump out of a 3-story building.
Higher than I want to be out of the super pipe right now when it's icy like that. But I mean, Brendan showing no fear in this, and this is one of his biggest airs of the day. You can see on the hardest trick, the double cork 1260, gets the grab. So same run, just trying to up the execution, which is a major part of your score, the length of time you hold the grabs. The judges want to see you from takeoff to landing. As long as you can hold that grab, there's not a timer. The whole scoring is overall impression, but they do want to see, and they calculate and keep track of how good, how long, and how varied the grabs are, as well as the tricks and the amplitude.
So Brendan McKay looking to see if he can get another improvement and bump himself up a little bit higher. And his score comes in. It is an improvement, 92.25, so the judges liked it similar to what he did before. It's a nice bump, but it'll keep him in second place. And he's now standing by with our Tina Dixon.
Brandon posting that high score in the 90s, sitting in second right now. But the pipe and the runs that we've seen so far, what's your impression?
Yeah, I mean, the pipe is perfect. It's super fast, so everyone's able to do their best stuff. And yeah, couldn't ask for more. Stoked to be out here.
With Olympic implications on the line, how much tougher does it make it out here?
Yeah, for sure. There's, I think everyone's feeling the pressure. Everyone wants to perform. But just trying to ski my best, I guess.
And you have been. Thanks so much, Brendan.
Thank you.
So Brendan McKay will stay in second place. A nice improvement, 92.25, as he inches closer to the leader, Alex Ferrer of the USA. And there you see the current standings: Burke Irving, Aaron Blunt, Hunter Hess. Who you don't see on there is Noah Bowman, David Wise, guys that you think, oh, they're normally going to be in the top 3. Remember, it's a 3-run format, and we still haven't even got to the third runs. And this young man, Nico Porteous, at any time can spring something that will put him into the lead. So he's going to need better than a 94.75 to pull that off. Tom, he'll need better than an 85.25 to move into a podium position.
Yeah, and that's well within the wheelhouse for Nico Porteous. These last 3 riders to drop in the start order are the top 3 qualifiers, so they might not be high up on the list right now, the rankings, but they have the runs and they're capable of easily bumping into the 90s. Nico capable of, almost doing the best half-pipe run you could ever see. Switch, double corks to get things going. Does he have the amplitude? Wrapping up the 16.20 to the right. Back-to-back 16.20.
catches the wall. Had he pulled that off, we could be talking about new leader.
Oh, man. If he does that combination, the two switch double corks up top into, count it, 1620s. Let's take a look. Kind of misses the grab on that one, able to get it around to his feet, but I just think that throws him off, doesn't quite have the speed, and not able to get that second 1620 round. Now, we saw Nico at the event, the Grand Prix, in the same half pipe last week, do the left side version of this trick and not that version, the right side version. So he really is, he's going all out. He's not leaving anything on the sideline. He's going for the hardest run we could ever see. If he puts that down in run number 3, no one out there can beat him.
Question for you, how many of these runs that we're seeing today at the Dew Tour and the Grand Prix do you think we'll see in Beijing in less than 2 months' time? Or do you think they're going to add a little something, a little more sizzle by the time we get there?
I think there's a little more sizzle coming. I think, honestly, I mean, you're seeing some incredible runs, but that at the big show, no one's holding back. You're really going to see the big spins out of every single athlete.
Canada's Noah Bowman now on his second run out of Calgary, Alberta.
Oh, so smooth, the way he rides so fluidly. Oh, the 540, just back-to-back switch tricks like that, being able to consistently,
landed a little low on that one, and I think he had a bit of a hand drag on that first landing, so in his mind, Noah's thinking, you know what, why risk it? I'm going to save it all for the third and final run. Bowen currently sitting in, what was that, 9th position.
Yeah, and he's, you know, that's the kind of skier he is. He lands so smoothly and so good. If he lands flat like that, you lose so much speed. The way you generate speed through and down the Superpipe is by landing high on the transition and pumping through it like you do on a swing set to generate speed. So if you land low, your ability to do the trick on the next wall goes way down, and Noah knows that. He's going to have to look for that third and final run.
The pride of Reno, Nevada, the two-time defending and reigning Olympic gold medalist in the halfpipe, David Wise on course.
Big switch, 720 there. Okay, now the double cork party is getting going. Right side, 1080. Here's where we went down in run number 1, the switch double cork, 1080. Right side double cork to finish things off. Oh, David Watt.
Hello.
Okay. 3 different double cork variations, as well as a 1080 in there. The only thing he's lacking is that first hit is relatively simple with a switch 7, but take a look at that height meter. He's got 12.5 feet average height, so big amplitude. Judges love that. And just really cleaned everything up. This 1260 at the top gets the grab all the way out near the tip of that ski, and that's the exact same trick, but to the left that he has at the bottom of his run. So, of course, the left and the right, judges love to see both directions, showing you can do it both ways. And yeah, having no trouble with that switch variation this time, just absolutely perfection. Let's see this landing at the end. Clean, hands to the side. I love to see that. We need more afterbang in the Superpipe.
David Wise is currently sitting in last place. I'm going to go ahead on a limb and say that will change here momentarily as the man who loves Camel more than anyone else you'll ever meet goes into 4th place now with an 82.75, so within striking distance of the podium for the 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. 2 runs complete of 3 as the shadows begin to fall at beautiful Copper Mountain, Colorado Dew Tour 2021. This is the men's ski halfpipe final. Go ahead and get yourself a picture in front of that beautiful copper sign. Alex Ferrer may be down there as well. 94.75, he is the leader. Brendan McCann second. Burke Irving quietly lurking there in 3rd place. And then we just saw what David Wise did. Alex Ferrer, though, he's feeling it. When the poles are swinging at the bottom, you know he's feeling very good. 94.75 for the leader. Dew Tour Copper Mountain 2021 on a picture-perfect day here as we get set for the third and final run, men's ski super pipe final presented by Toyota. Todd Harris, Tom Wallace with you, Tina Dixon down in the corral. What you need to know right now is Alex Ferrari is leading the way. Tom, he put up a big score, not just a I'm just dipping into the 90s. He's put a pretty strong score into those 90s. How do you think that holds up, and what do you think the reset mindset is for all the athletes that are getting ready to take this third and final?
Yeah, I mean, they've seen Alex. They saw that run get put down, and they know he still could add more to it. So there's a lot. I mean, everybody knows the pressure's on. The pipe's running great. So you really can't hold back. They need to go all out.
So to kick things off, it'll be Burke Irving out of Winter Park, Colorado. Coming in switch, coming in hot.
And just having trouble with, he had the equipment issue in run number 2, and I'm not sure if it's equipment again or just having trouble through the flat bottom there riding switch. It looks like he's just catching an edge. Maybe he's, I don't even want to speculate. I don't know.
Well, the good news is he's here. He made the final, so those are points. What he's looking for are podiums, and there's one more event coming up in January in Mammoth.
And let's not forget, right now he's sitting in third, so I don't know if an 85 is going to last for this entire third run with all the talent we have in the field, but still, great score on that run number 1. 85 has him sitting on the podium for now.
Hunter Hess with a nod out of Bend, Oregon, riding the big mountain. Bachelor. Man, the folks are turning out. People, the word is out on the mountain. The final is going down. The final runs in the final. There's still an hour and a half of riding left to do here at Copper Mountain. People say, you know what, I know I paid top dollar for my lift ticket, but I want to watch this.
I mean, who would not want to watch this? This is some of the absolute best skiers in the world on a picture-perfect Bluebird day on one of the best super pipes you've ever seen. This is what we all came to watch.
Yeah, no question about it. Hunter Hess now going through the body memory, muscle memory situation, looking down this beautiful super pipe, and he is on for his third and final go.
Coming in with some speed, going double cork right off the bat. So you saw him rehearsing that at the top, reaching for the tail grab on that trick, just spinning. 2 double corks. There's the nose grab again, all the way out on the tip of the ski. Final trick, the 16-20. A massive rotation for Hunter on the final hit. Final run for him today, a massive 16-20.
Yeah, his crew's pretty stoked about that. Let's talk about this run. You got to be pretty proficient in the Bikram yoga to be able to grab the nose of the skis. The stretching involved in this is a thing not many people should attempt.
Yeah, exactly. Reaching all the way out to the tip of that ski, the hamstring flexibility. So those 2 double corks up top. The only critique I have, the thing that judges are looking for most are the grabs on those ones. And you saw just coming a little short on the tail grab and on the double grab there on the second. So those are just unfortunately going to be deductions, as well as on that huge 16-20. It's such a technical trick, but the execution part of the score, when you don't get the grab, and you can see he reaches for the grab and just has to spin, it becomes a little too aerialistic, and that what separates it from aerials is that grab, that style factor, that additional flavor. So judges are definitely going to be critiquing that, but the technicality of this run was off the charts. The execution just needs a little bit of work.
The air awareness that Hunter Hess has, that is so impressive. His crew's saying, give it to him, give him the big score. And to Tom's point, there were some few deductions in there, but man, being able to bring that at the final hit, and it's going to be a 73.25, so a slight improvement for Hunter has him in 6th.
Yeah, and that's just tough. The judges have to be critical of that. That's such an important part of the sport, is those locking in those grabs. But man, I can see why the fans are excited. That was a massive trick, the 16-20. Who doesn't want to see that?
Current standings, American Alex Ferrer leads the way, Brendan McKay in 2nd, Burke Irving in 3rd. Simon D'Artois from Whistler, BC. Big mountain skier, can do it all, and in the pipe, man, he is special. Had a problem on his first run, Tom, crashed out with a 9.75, so he's currently sitting on a 66.25, but that can all go away. One run is all it takes. It's going to be a tall order, though, to get better than a 94.75 and cap Alex Ferreira.
Yeah, the spot to be looking for, though, too, is that Burke Irving position at 85. So to get onto the podium, it doesn't have to be the craziest run ever, but you need to be landing good, and landing low like that is tough. That's what we saw him see the trouble with in run number 2, is He's landing very low, not able to maintain his speed throughout the run. Oh, that 1260, much better. A huge improvement from that run number 2, the alley-oop double flat spin. So he got some big deductions in run number 2 because of those low landings, backseat, a little bit awkward. Definitely better, definitely an improvement there in run number 3.
So D'Artois, not sure he's going to improve greatly on the 66.25, but it was a clean run.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to take another look at this and really see. I mean, starting things off with the right side double, and he just lands a little low on that one, but no hands down. Impressive that he's able to get into this rotation to do the double cork 10. So 3 full rotations, where you see a lot of athletes doing that same rotation all the way to 1260 and landing forward. A little bit more difficult, I would say, almost to stall it and land it, switch at 10. That one so much cleaner. So that one particular, way better. And I think the whole run's smoother. I don't know if that's enough to get onto the top spot, but
78.25 for D'Artois has him in 6th place, and his day is done. So 7 more men to take their 3rd and final run. American Alex Ferreira still the leader with a 94.75. Brendan McKay at the 92.25. And to your point, Tom, Burke Irving's spot on the podium, 85.25. That's a good score, but for all these guys, they've all thrown down 85s and better. So at any time, they could uncork something big. Speaking of uncorking something big, Alex Ferreira, the current leader, now on course. What does he do with a 94.75 for an encore?
He's got to bring out the 1620. That's what I'm here for. I'm ready to see Alex go for broke here and go for the... Oh! The 1620! He did it! Into the 1440. That is an incredible combination. Bottom hit. One more double cork. Oh! Alex Ferreira, 1620 to 1440 combination. I'm dizzy just watching.
That's more than 3,000 degrees of rotation on 2 hits of 5.
The beauty of it is that he's spinning to the right on one and to the left on the other, so he sort of uncorks himself to prevent getting dizzy, I would imagine. And here it is. Let's take a look and see if he gets the grab on this one. The 1620s are very hard to grab. You see him reaching back, holding the tail grab, sort of tindy we would call it when you get on the outside of the ski, not on the back of the ski, and then a little bobble with the pole. But I mean, this is such a technical run. He fits. That's the same run we saw him do, but instead of a 1260, he has a full twist, a full 360 into that rotation to make it a 1620. So upping by a long shot the level of difficulty in that run.
Alex Ferreira, the whirling dervish here. This is so impressive. Do the judges want on the grab, we talked about capping or getting the grab, does it need to be more than one rotation to establish that control?
Yeah, exactly. They want to see you holding it for much more than just one spin, one 360. Otherwise, you really could just spin and then tuck, and that's not the look. So definitely being able to hold it. Let's see, he kicks this one out. I mean, that is definitely a Liu Kang. We're going 100% on that. He's no longer doing a safety grab. That is a Mike Nick signature Liu Kang from the line ski board days. I like it.
Look at this. That is clean.
I can't wait to see what the judges think of this one.
Well, similar to what he had with a 94, and he's going to go to a 95. 95.75 for the kid from Aspen. A tremendous showing, and what a way to step out of the pipe on his 3rd and final run. And he's standing by with Tina.
Yeah, just increased his score there, and the 1620 to the 1440. Just walk us through that combination.
I don't know, I'm a little dizzy. No, I've been working really hard to make this run happen, and yeah, I'm just super excited to put it down and to be healthy and to be out here with a great crowd. Thank you, Copper. Thank you, Dutor. Thank you, Tina.
All right, well, we still have a couple competitors to go. Thank you for the thank you, and we'll see if that score holds up. Thanks, Alex.
Let's keep it rolling. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Alex. Tom, thank you.
Yeah, let's thank everybody. It's been an amazing day, and really Alex's day right now, as he is absolutely on fire.
He certainly has the momentum. Again, coming off a win last week at the Grand Prix in the same half pipe. And Alex Ferreira, remember, has one more event to go. That'll be in Mammoth coming up in January. If he ends up on the podium or wins that one, can you think about what he's going to be thinking going into Beijing? I mean, it's like winning the last 3 events and now the Olympics.
Yeah, the momentum is building. And coming off that second place finish at the Olympics in 2018, he's basically won every single other event in skiing. So you know he wants to take that top spot away from David Wise, who will not relinquish that gold medal. He continues to go to the Olympics every 4 years on those dates and perform. So Alex building that momentum at the right time.
Aaron Blunt now looking for some good momentum to come his way. He's currently sitting in 5th place on an 80, so he's 15 points off of where he wants to be to take the lead away from Alex Ferreira.
Let's see if he starts things off again with that huge 1440 up top. Oh, so smooth on the landing. Switch, double, back to back, this one to the right. Oh, so smooth. Aaron Blanc off to a great run right here. Double flat spin, final hit, right side, double cork.
Invitation to the 90 Club.
That could be an invitation. I'm going to have to see that bottom hit again to see if he got the grab. But I'll tell you what, that 1440 up top on that switch hit combination, switch to switch through those. You can see Alex's. Oh, that was a big one, Aaron.
But on that 14, your point at the top, he does like a late grab. It's like he's not going to grab it all of a sudden. Oh yeah, let me throw the grab in there for an extra little point.
Exactly. You see him spin the first bit and then cap that tail grab. So as long as you're getting it for at least half of the rotation, that's good for the judges. The longer you can hold it, the better. Obviously, they'd love to see you hold it from start to finish. You can't miss it. And look at this, switch to switch.
Blind.
He's facing uphill the entire time. You might as well put a blindfold on him and he could still do that trick. I don't know how he spots it so well. It's incredible.
Man, that was an amazing run. You got to look at the bottom hit. Finish. Yeah, this is going to be the determining factor if he joins the 90 Club.
If this is a grab, if he can lock on the grab, the double flat spin solid with the safety. If he can lock this grab, even for just a bit, I mean, he's going for it.
Yep.
That comes down to the judges. How critical are they going to be of just a tickle of the grab on the final hit? Because there's double corks all the way through that run. That is so difficult.
Coaches at the top were liking it. Standing ovation because there are no chairs. So we'll see what Aaron Blunt gets from the judges. What a great way for him to end the weekend. Get a little momentum, send into the holidays, and he will reset, make his way to Mammoth. Alex Ferreira, he's smiling, but he's gripping at the same time, isn't he?
Oh, exactly. He knows how good of a run that was.
Oh, look at that, a 90. Oh. So Aaron Blunt well into the 90 Club and into second place. So Team USA right now locking it down to first and second.
Wow, Aaron Blanc, a 94. The judges loved it. That 1440 at the top was perfection.
All right, we are down to the final 5 athletes here at the Superpipe Final presented by Toyota. Best skiers in the world making their way to the Rocky Mountains for a little pre-holiday festivities. Lyman Courier would like to join that club as well, currently sitting on a 69 that he got in his first run. Had some issues on run number 2, but this guy, as they say, has the skills to pay the bills.
Exactly, and talk about how daunting does it have to be to look at that. Needs first, a 96.
That's
when you're dropping in, you know you need to put down a near perfect run. 4 points from perfect just to take over the top spot.
He needs better than a 92 just to get on the podium.
Incredible. So much talent in this field. Starting things I was just about to get into it, starting off with the switch 1080 and just landing back seat there, and we're hoping he's okay.
He landed flat. Those transition walls are there because it absorbs that drop from the sky, and when you hear those skis slap down, he immediately said, that's it, done.
And I know Lyman over the last few years has a lot of trouble with his knees. He's had a couple ACL surgeries that he's had to deal with, so I'm sending good thoughts and vibes down to him, seeing him nursing one of those legs and just kind of skiing gently. So let's hope he's A-okay.
If I speed dial my orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Lance Montgomery, and say, is this good for knees? He's going to probably tell me not so much unless you land on the perfect spot, the sweet spot on the walls. But to get to this level, Tom, you're going to have to take some beatings, correct?
Oh, yeah, a lot of beatings, especially in Superpipe. The level of the margin of for error is so hard. If you pop too little or too much, there's danger lurking everywhere. Brendan McKay getting things going again with those big double corks and boosting that 900. Not holding anything back. What do we see on this final hit? The right side. Whoa!
And the slightest of sits. I mean, normally that is a contest make, but with the level of ability and the judges scrutinizing every single move, they're going to call that a contest sit. So Brendan McKay is going to have to stay probably with that 92.25.
Yeah, so that was the same run we saw him do throughout the course of the day. And in run number 2, it was executed just about as good as he could ever do it. So that hip check, butt check at the end, as well as sort of missing that grab. I mean, this is just, it's not going to be as good of a score as it was in run number 2, which was, I mean, that 92 is big, and that makes that podium spot. He's going to have to dodge a couple bullets, though, to stay on this podium. We have Nico Porteous, Noah Bowman, and the Olympic gold medalist David Wise ready to go. So this is going to be a stressful few minutes for him.
New Zealand, Canada, and the USA still to go, with an American sitting in first and second right now. Brendan McKay holding down that third position right now on the podium, and he'll hold on to the second run. Look at that, and that's some good scoring right there. 91, 92, he throws away the 63, he stays with the highest, which is a 92.25. And that man, shaken, not because of the temperature, but because he knows what's coming. The proverbial hurricane of talent, led by Nico Porteous of New Zealand, then Noah Bowman of Canada, and then the two-time defending and reigning Olympic gold medalist David Wise will have the final say.
I'll tell you what, Nico Porteous needs to get those 1620s. Now that Alex has the 95.75 and he did the 1620, Nico realizes just how important it is to have that massive level of technical difficulty in his run. He has it. We saw him last season link those 1620s together, and if he lands that run is almost impossible to beat.
Let's not forget, he's just 20. He burst on the scene at 16 at the games in Pyeongchang as the youngest member of that country's contingency. And man, he came out and put on a show. Look at this.
Oh, the 1620 to the right. 1620 to the left. He gets it, just holding on. Double flat spin.
Oh, in the back seat. Oh, the most nervous person on the mountain right there, Alex Ferreira.
Oh, man, Alex Ferreira, watching him come down, doing those 1620s, and then just a bit of a sit back on that final trick. That's the kind of run. And he played a different strategy there, Todd. So he started at the top where we saw that switch double. He does a switch right side 900, I think because he wanted to maintain a bit more speed to really get those 1620s. And here, throughout the run, he's definitely holding on. Gets the grab, but he's just kind of ends up carving down the pipe too much. And just unfortunately, if he lands that final hit, that definitely, top 3 could potentially take over the top spot. I mean, 2 1620s, that is unheard of.
And that was that spot you were talking about right there where he came up a little bit short, had to carve back into the other wall.
Yeah, just sliding down the pipe a bit too far. Gets off his line a little bit, and unfortunately, I mean, that's going to be a full run, but that's not going to be a huge score.
Nico Porteous feeling the elevation here. Base Camp Copper, over 9,000 feet above sea level. These guys all travel the world together. They're all friends. You won't get any aggro tension among. You've been around these guys. They're all buddies.
Yeah, I mean, every nationality. I mean, free skiing as a sport is just camaraderie. Everybody wants to see everyone do good. Obviously, you want to win at the end of the day, but you want to see everybody else land a trick. You want to see them land their runs. It's such a unique, fun vibe.
Final 2 competitors here at the men's Superpipe final presented by Toyota. It'll be Noah Bowman of Canada first up, and then David Wise, the American, will have the final run of the competition.
Let's see if Noah...
This is different.
Yeah, sliding in with the little tail press there. Noah always adding a bit of flavor, a bit of style to his half-pipe runs.
He's going to do this entire run switch?
I hope so. There's the bone hair, switch to switch. Switch double cork. This is where he had trouble in the first run. The right side double. Oh, smooth skiing there from Noah Bowman.
I think everyone appreciates, sacrificing the first hit for a little steez. Never hurts.
Loving it. Carving in, sliding across the top of the coping there, sort of just showing off the style of it. And here we see the big switch hit. So smooth. That's the trick the single version of what we saw Aaron Blunk do. So where he does the switch double flip, that's the single version. Noah just steezing it out. And this trick, oh, so unique. The way he dives forward, going backwards, it's just so unnatural. Goes almost against the laws of physics, the way he pops that, gets the grab. Then here's where he starts the double train with the switch, then into the forward right side double. But overall technicality, that run might be beautiful, aesthetically smooth and fun to watch. But Alex Ferreira had 1440, 1620 in his run. Aaron Blunk with the 1440. That's going to be tough to challenge those top few spots there.
For the Groms, the young kids watching at home, do these tricks start on the trampoline, then to a foam pit, and then onto a small jump?
Exactly, especially nowadays when there used to not be foam pits and trampolines or airbags, all this stuff. Now there's a lot of that, so you can learn in a safe way.
84 for Bowman, so he goes into 5th. So it comes down to this. It will either be American Alex Ferreira and a 95.75 with the win, or it'll be the two-time defending and reigning Olympic gold medalist in the halfpipe, David Wise. David Wise has the final say. David Wise can also make it an American sweep if he can top Brendan McKay's 92.25.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember from 2018, but this is exactly how
Same
Alex
kind of
Ferreira
scenario.
was in first, and David Wise came down on his third and final run and swooped that gold medal right off of his neck and onto his own. Let's see if David Wise can do it again. Big switch hit, so getting things going with a huge amplitude right off the bat. He's really going to need to go big. He doesn't have the 1620 in his run, but if he can go huge on these double corks, he's going to have a chance. Right side at the end, 1260.
Okay, it was good. Does it have get out of your seat good? Does it have better than 95.75 good?
I don't know if that can challenge Alex Ferreira's run. He is going so big, so technical. He has the 1440 and the 1620. David is big, smooth, and consistent, but does have a 720 up top, which is just on the lower side of degree of difficulty. Let's take a look at these grabs, though. I continue to talk about it. The longer you grab, the further out on the ski, the more unique the grab, the better. And let's see if the judges are going to like this. They love to see you reaching for the tail all the way to the tip, everywhere in between. Let's see this Japan grab there. Oh, here's the right side 1080 again. So, I mean, the grabs are good. The amplitude's good. Here's the Japan on the switch double cork. Just, you know, loses a bit of speed there. Has to muscle this right side 12 around. And it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is an incredible run, but with the level we're seeing from Alex Ferreira and Aaron Blunk and how many tricks they fit into their run, I don't know. I'd hate to be a judge.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why they get paid the big bucks. As David Wise, the last man to go in the competition. This is the Menski Superpipe final presented by Toyota. Alex Ferreira is the leader right now. 95.75. Does he hold on to that crown? Does he take another title 2 weeks in a row? Aaron Blunk sits in second. Brendan McKay in third. And David Wise will jump to 5th with an 85. So no podium for him and no podium sweep for the Americans. But Alex Ferreira and Aaron Blunk will take the top 2 spots with Canadian Brendan McKay joining them on the podium. Let's go, Alex! Do it, Mike!
Wow, Alex Ferreira. I mean, exactly what we thought was going to happen.
2 wins in a row for Alex Ferreira, and he's already to say thank you to Tina one more time down in the corral.
Well, the level of skiing that we saw from Alex Ferreira today, wow, just beyond impressive. What does it mean to you to be back up on the podium here at Dew Tour?
Well, thank you kindly, Tina. I'm just super excited. I can't even believe it. I've never done well at Copper besides last week and this week, so, you know, I'm soaking it up. I'm just totally living in it and enjoying the present moment.
In less than 2 months, you have the opportunity to potentially go back to Beijing. You have an Olympic medal. What can you say about an opportunity to go back?
Yeah, just please give me the opportunity and I'll do everything in my power and my ability to represent not only my town, my state, but my country of America.
Well said. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Alex Ferreira may not have a good history with Copper Mountain, but the last 2 weeks, Tom Wallace, you might want to set up residency here.
Yeah, honestly, the last 2 weeks have been a dominant performance from Ferreira. The 1620 today, that's the trick that's going to be the staple of the gold medal run come Beijing. putting it down today, that is a huge confidence builder for him, and I mean, such an incredible performance with those 2 runs, both of which, the 94.75 and 95.75, could have each won this event.
And I know it doesn't affect the scoring, but is there a nicer guy out there than Alex Ferreira? I mean, the courtesy, he's thanking everyone out there. He'll thank the course marshals. He'll thank the judges. Alex Ferreira reigns supreme in the half pipe today at 95.75. Aaron Blunt finishes in second place. Brendan McKay in third. And then look at Burke Irving and David Wise. Lyman Courier, we hope he's okay. It looks like he took a hard shot. Wish him the very best, and he'll bounce back. And we hope to see him in Mammoth. With Nico Porteous having an uncharacteristic day for him, normally in the top 5 at every contest.
Yeah, I mean, expect for him to come back at the next event with a vengeance. He's known for the technicality. Wasn't able to land any of those runs full top to bottom today, but he'll be back. Don't worry.
No question about it. So that means its only thing left to do is the awards ceremony. Alex Ferreira being mobbed by fans, autographs, as we send it down to our good friend, DC.
Very much, Jimmy Coleman. I had to put my jacket on. It's getting a little cold out here, so the holiday sweater is hiding under there. But hey, everybody, put a big round of applause out there for all the guys throwing down. Absolutely epic contest right there. Congratulations to everybody. But there was only 3 that could get up on the podium. Before I bring you those top 3, I'd like to introduce to you our award presenter. Thank you to Christian Thomas, Director of Partnerships with the Dew Tour. Appreciate your help, Christian. And here we go, your podium out here for Medski Superpipe, presented by Toyota. In third place, representing Canada, let's hear it for Brendan McKay. Hands together again for Canada's Brendan McKay, third place. And in second place, representing the United States of America, let's hear it for Crested Buttes, Aaron Blunk. And one more time, put your hands together for second place finisher, Aaron Blunk. And your champion out here, holding it down with the 2 highest scores of the comp, but he only needed 1 to get up on the top spot. Coming out of Aspen, Colorado, representing the USA, let's hear it for Alex Ferreira!
Yeah, that's...
Let's put those hands together again for your champion, Alex Ferreira, and your podium out here for men's free ski super pipe presented by Toyota. Well, amazing evening planned for you guys with 4 amazing street style events.
Well, what a great showing from all the athletes. Tom Wallace, we talked about this already. You could make a case for each one of the 10 guys that made it into the final, but in the end it was Alex Ferreira and that impressive 95.75.
Yeah, huge run there with the big rotation. Just such a talented field of athletes and such an incredible day in the Superpipe here at Copper Mountain.
So Alex Ferreira goes into the holidays feeling very good. He's definitely on Santa's nice list after winning the back-to-back competitions, first the Grand Prix and then the Dew Tour. What a performance, Alex Ferreira, and congratulations to all the athletes participating in the women's slopestyle competition and the men's slopestyle competition, where Red Gerard walked away with the title. Tell you what, the folks at Copper, they rolled out the red carpet and they have been the best hosts thus far, and that's why the Dew Tour keeps coming back to Copper. Dew Tour 2021 will certainly be one for the record books, but congratulations once again, Alex Ferreira, to get the win. We'll be back at 4 p.m. local, that's Mountain Time. So for now, for Tina Dixon and the free skiing legend Tom Wallace, I'm Todd Harris saying so long for now. We'll see you tomorrow